Hello team, good evening. Today we are going to learn lots of SQL queries. Okay, of course, relational database management system that yesterday we have installed MySQL, and today we are going to create a database and tables, and we are going to do the CRUD operations on the table. At the same time, we are going to understand what is the importance of the primary key and foreign key, and at the same time why relational databases are really popular, and what is exactly a relational database. Okay, what is the importance of uh, maintaining the relationship between the tables. Okay, that's what we are going to understand. And at the same time, okay, we need to understand what's the problem with the relational databases and why we need no SQL databases. Okay, so at least today we are going to focus on mainly SQL and CRUD operations and primary key and foreign key and relational database advantages. Okay, let me take the confirmation from the students. Hi Dean, are you ready? Are you
Yes,
ready?
sir.
Okay, just
Yes, sir.
go and open our YouTube channel and just click on like button and just leave a comment that yes we are ready or hello hi or something, because this is the most important topic. Hopefully we can help few more students. Are you
Yes,
ready?
sir.
Okay,
Yes,
just
sir.
okay, fine. So now focus on the topic. So I have opened my SQL workbench. And okay, I hope you're able to see my screen clearly. Left side we have some databases, because if you see, suppose if you open first time, it will show this administration, and if you click on schemas, definitely you can find 2 or 3 databases. And now we are going to create our own new database, and we are going to do CRUD operations now. So if you want to create a new database, the query is like create database. So now today we are going to take an example of Amazon. Okay, so I'm just taking Amazon because we are going to take some beautiful examples of e-commerce application, and of course we are doing e-commerce application, right? So what are the why we are preferring no SQL for our application, that also we can understand. So fine, and if you just execute that command, yeah, it is successful, and just refresh so that you will see a new database. Right now we don't have any tables, so no views and stored procedures and functions. Okay, now at least we can create some tables. Okay, this is done. Hopefully everyone knows.
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
do we need to save the existing database we created last day, or it will
We have created
automatically?
this one.
So it okay. So it will automatically save.
Hmm, tables, right? Table data
Yeah,
automatically.
yeah.
We have inserted, right? That will be there.
Okay, okay.
If you just use SVGIE, and I will show you. Was What's the database name? SVGIE, right? Yesterday.
Yeah.
And just give select star from the table name.
Students.
From students. Yeah. Got the data right?
Yeah, yeah. It's okay.
Now I'm just creating a new database with some different examples. That's why I've created a new database for today. So that is the database name is Amazon. Okay. So now we need to use this Amazon database, and now we are going to create some tables. Okay. Suppose in e-commerce application, users table and the order, because once you uh, complete the order, definitely it is going to store in the database, right? So observe carefully. Here I will tell you one interesting thing. So what, suppose if we use the relational database, I will take a simple example only. So we are going to create 2 tables. Okay. The first table is users table. Okay, what's the name of that table? Users. And second table, orders. Orders of those users. So here we can take simple structure. So I'm not going to take too many columns. Let's go with what three columns. The first column name is simply user ID. Okay, user. I'm just taking user ID. It should be unique and user underscore name. That's the second one. Third one is user underscore email. Okay, something like you can store multiple information, but this is enough for a simple understanding. Okay, we can come back to the orders table later. So let's first create a table and we can insert some data and we can complete the CRUD operations. Okay, so CRUD, so we should do create, read, update, and delete. Then once we are comfortable with those operations, then we can focus on advanced topics. So here we need to create the table. So uh, you can find data types. So SQL Server data types. Also, right now we are using MySQL. MySQL Server data types. So you will find out the list of data types available in this. So var, okay. Difference between the char means if you mention the size, it will be a fixed size. So always it will expect that you should enter that same fixed number of characters. So varchar is a flexible one so that you can suppose if you give a varchar of 20, you can add the value with the five characters or six characters or 20 characters. Okay, maximum it will be like 0 to I think 255 characters. Okay, so I think if you go with the varchar, maybe it is allowing too many characters. Okay, just you don't need to byte out all these things. Just remember a few important things like character varchar and integer, so that we are going to use these simple data types. So if you want to create a table, so there's a create the table and we should give a table name. So right now we has decided that the table name will be users. So just use the curly braces. And here what I'm doing, uh, one important thing, this user ID should be unique, right? Yes or no? Unique or not?
Yes,
Yes,
yes, sir.
it should be unique, right? Suppose if Amazon like lakhs of maybe crores of users are there, definitely for each and every user it has a different user ID. So we should prepare the table that it should not allow nulls, at the same time it should not allow duplicates. That is important constraint. So based on that we can create the table. So here what I said, user underscore id, it will be the integer and I'm just putting it's as a primary key. So if you mention it as a primary key, it is it is not going to allow the nulls and it will maintain unique values. That's the simple one. So for the second column, user underscore name, over here I'm just using varchar of 20 or 25, that is 20 is fine. And another one is user email or phone number, age, whatever it is you can store. But user email is good because we are doing e-commerce application. So that email ID is, so we can go with the 30 characters because maybe some people have a big name. So fine. This is a simple schema. Okay, if you see, normally people will say the schema. Okay, this is a schema of that particular table because whenever if you want to add any data into the table, the first we should have the proper schema. So first, suppose even if you in future if you want to add a new columns, so without changing the schema, if we don't have a user underscore phone number in that schema, that table is not going to allow us to add the new information. So that if you want to add a new columns, definitely you should change the schema, then you can insert the new columns. I hope you understand this one. So let me execute this one, or if you found any mistakes, you can just suggest me. Is it good? Create table, table name, column name, and data type and constraint. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I'm just going to create our first table in the Amazon database. Yeah, it is successful. And if you want to cross check, so what I'm doing, I'm just commenting this code, same like control and forward slash. So it will comment the code, and here I'm just using. Let's see whether it is created or not. Select star from users. So just select these things and execute it. So we got the data. Of course, we don't have any information in that table, but we got the table structure: user ID and username and user email. Okay. So of course, if you use the select star from users, that means we did a simple the basic read operation. Okay. So if you have created a new table, that means we can understand that we have created. But we should add a new rows so that we can understand something better. So now, if you want to add a data, that is very important, right? If without having the information. So now tell me how to insert the data. I think yesterday we have done a practice, right? Okay. Insert table, table name, and if you see, whenever you want to add, suppose right now we have three columns. So if you want to add a three columns, you no need to mention the column names. Okay, directly you can use values. Okay, and if it is a number, because user ID is a number, so let me start with 101 is a user ID, and the name I'm just adding like Pankaj, and the email ID the same way I'm adding the mistake. Okay, Pankaj at the rate gmail.com. Is it fine? Insert table, table name. So why it is showing an error? Table is not valid at this position. Expecting
Insert into, sir.
sorry, insert into
Insert
table.
into table.
Yes. Yeah, if you don't do insert into users, right?
Yes, sir.
So now just select this statement. Just implementing this one. Are you able to? Is it clear for you? Like, are you able to see the characters clearly, or can I increase the font size? How to increase the font size here? In I'm not sure how to increase the font size in MySQL. Are you able to see my screen clear? Like, are you able to see these characters, words, what I'm writing?
Yes, sir.
In that case, it's fine. So now I'm going to execute this statement: insert into users. So it is successful. Let's see. Just execute this statement and just check it. So execute it. Yeah, we got 101 Pankaj and Pankaj at the rate gmail.com. So suppose if you want to do more practice, we should have more information in that table. So for that, what I'm doing here, I'm going to use this option. I will copy paste, copy. I'm just taking five because if you try to add the duplicates, it's not going to allow at least the user ID because we have taken already as a the primary key. So here I'm writing Sai which Susan, who are watching this video because who are there in the live. You don't need to practice now itself, but who are watching this video, the pause the video and do practice along with me. Don't postpone it. If you postpone, uh, it's really tough. So users and just writing like Surya. Surya. Probably one at one is there, right? So execute this first line. So now I'm going to execute the couple of statements. What I'm doing, I'm just inserting 3 to 5 rows. Fine. And now commented. If you want, you can add, you can go with a new file so that it will be easy for you. So, okay, fantastic. We have at least five users details in this table. Okay, we have done the insert is done. Insert is done. Okay, so we have done create and we have done a read operation. So now, can anyone tell me how to update? Suppose I want to update email ID of Vijay because I want to update to Vijay at 123 at the rate gmail.com. Can anyone tell me the query? How to update? Okay, fine. Don't worry. Update table, table name, and now we can say set. Maybe if it is table is not valid, this position update users. Maybe that is fine because I lost some touch. Hopefully, I will do. I will recollect everything quickly. This is this is it. Okay, fine. So update users. So if you want to update one particular column. So what is the column name? User underscore email. And what is the new value? What I said? Vijay 123 at the rate so gmail.com. Okay, user set users. Okay, so now tell me, because I want to update only a particular user that is user ID with 103. So can anyone suggest me how to write the script for that? I have done 50%. Just tell me next 50%.
You have to give comma and
Comma.
like username.
So I want to update only user email, user underscore email. I'm not going to update a username.
Okay, okay.
But how I need to inform to the MySQL server that hey, just update. Don't update all the records, right? I need to update a specific record. So how we can
Where
do
conditions?
that's fantastic. What we should write a where and user underscore ID equal to 103. Is it meaningful? What I'm saying, it's really simple English like update users
Yes.
table. Set means just update only one column that is user email. This is a new value where I need to update. So I don't want to update all the records, right? Just mention where user ID is equal to 103, so that it will go and it will check where is that user ID 103, and it is going to update it. Okay, hopefully this script is proper and executing it. Yeah, it's done. So now let me comment this one. Just execute. Select start from users. Yeah, is it updated or not?
Yes, sir.
Updated.
So now we have done three things. One is create, another one is read and update. The last one is delete. Are you ready to delete something?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but can anyone suggest me how to increase the font size here? I tried Control plus. Oh, yes. I think maybe previously I didn't.
Sir, if we want to,
Now it is fine. Yeah, ask me. What is your question?
sir, sir, if I want to update many data, so how can I update?
Because normally, so suppose if you want to update
Yes, sir.
multiple rows.
By yes, sir. By using comma, by using comma, you can update multiple.
Yeah, if you see, you should write this where condition properly. Where user ID is equal to 103 and user ID equal to 104, right? Hopefully that is proper. Where user underscore, because I did practice long back, so I'm just putting 102. So if we do like this, what's the meaning of this? I'm asking, hey, update the email ID of 103 and 102. Is it meaningful? Let's see whether it is going to work properly or not. Let me execute. What is it updated? No, right?
No, sir.
Maybe script is wrong, but there is definitely there will be an option, but I forgot. Yeah, but we can update it multiple rows. Maybe and something I forgot that, but definitely let take ask the Google mother. What's that? Uh, Update multiple rows. Yes, using one query. Yeah, because thousands of queries are there. We can do lots of operations. Yeah, this is insert. Insert is slow. Set some value where number of numbers is less than or equal to 5. Because maybe if you want to add multiple conditions, so one way is, suppose if you see, um, suppose user ID greater than or equal to 103. Okay, it will apply on all the records which user ID is greater than or equal to 103. But if you want to add multiple condition in the where, so if you see, it has updated, right, multiple records.
Yes, sir.
So only thing is we need to add a proper where condition. That's it. But I forgot how to add two conditions in that where. Okay. Yeah, you can check in the Google and try it later. Is it okay? Really, I forgot.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Apart from less, add a multiple condition with a where. We can do it later. And now we can focus on another interesting stuff. That is what? The last CRUD operation. What is that?
Delete.
The delete is really dangerous thing, right? So whenever you are once you got a job, whenever whenever you are trying to delete something, please cross check 2 3 times. Okay, that's most of the times they don't give access like delete access for the new joiners or freshers. But even whenever you are deleting something, please cross check multiple times. Okay, fine. This is the simple the table. So right now I want to delete this particular user that is 104. Okay, and here there are three things are there. One is delete, another one is truncate, another one is draw. Okay, this is the most important interview question when it comes to the SQL. Definitely, if you mention that you are aware of SQL or MySQL or whatever the database, definitely they will ask this question. Like, what is the difference between the delete and truncate and drop? Okay, that's what we are going to learn now. Ready? Just a minute. I will just cross check if it's here in YouTube. I will invite them to join live by mistake. Only one person watching. I think maybe I'm watching. Then no problem. I will just cross check if. Okay, super. And so what we are going to do, we need to delete our record. So right now I'm just first of all, I'm just cleaning up all these things. So I've done a create and all this stuff. We have understood how to update the things. Now we should focus on delete. Okay. So now delete from table name users because here we should use from. Insert into and update table name like so we should if we need to do more and more practice then only you will remember all this steps. So delete from users. So what you need to delete right now? I want to delete the record which have a user ID is 104. So that simply just add a where condition where user underscore ID equal to 104. Tell me, is it right or do you have any question on this?
Right, sir.
Sir, it will delete completely 104 or it will delete only user ID.
No, it will delete the record. So you're thinking that it will delete only one column. You're asking?
Yeah, yes, sir.
No. This means wherever the user ID is equal to 104, so that it will point to that complete record and it is going to delete that record. Okay, maybe definitely you will ask the question, sir, I want to delete only few fields. Okay, so definitely there will be an option. Okay, delete user underscore name and user underscore email from users where user ID is equal to 104. But I didn't practice because I practiced 8 years back. That's why I'm not going to try a new things which I didn't practice today. Okay, but there is a way. So if you want to delete multiple, because in a real time it will be like 20 or 30 or 40 columns. So at the time, if you want to delete or update only particular fields, yes, we can do it. So now, but This query is going to delete what? Entire record, or what we can say, entire row. Let's see. Let's execute it. Yeah, it is done. I'm commenting this, and now I'm executing. Yeah, is it working? Sir, no.
Yes,
Are you
sir.
able to see 104
Yes, sir.
user ID in the table?
No, sir.
Means we have done a delete. So, but here I have deleted. So even if you see user ID greater than or equal to 1 or 2, so that it is going to delete 1 or 2, 1 or 3, 1 or 4. So all the matching records. Okay. So, but if you want to delete the items or rows or records, there is another option, that is a truncate. Okay. Observe carefully. The truncate means whenever you want to delete all the records. Okay. Suppose if you want to delete a specific record or some few records in the table, we should use what? Where? Okay. Whenever you want to delete all the records at a time without putting like where condition, I don't have any concern. I want to delete all the records because I did some mistakes. So I want to delete complete records. Shall we try? Got it, my
Yes,
point?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Truncate table. So if I execute this one, what will happen? Observe carefully. It will delete all the rows. Okay, it is not going to delete the table. It is just going to delete all the records in the table. Okay, there is a difference between deleting the table and deleting all the records in the table. So whenever we use a truncate, it is going to delete all the records in the table. Okay, observe carefully. I'm going to execute it. Hopefully it is done. So now if you do use Amazon and select start from users, what happened?
It deleted all the records.
Deleted all the records. But table will be there. We didn't say that, hey, delete users table, right? But suppose you want to delete entire table, not only the data, you want to delete the table from that database. Because if you see, if you have done truncate or delete, later if you want to add new records, you can do it right again because the table is there in the memory. In that, so you see, just refresh, go to the tables. Still, you are able to see your users table, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
But you
Yes, sir.
want to delete that complete table from the memory. So at the time, what we will use?
Drop.
Table, table. Okay. So observe carefully. Once we execute this drop table name, it is going to delete entire table, like even structure, schema, everything will be gone. Don't worry. So let's see. I'm just executing this one. So what you observed? Are you able to see any table here?
No, sir.
So now if you try to do select start from users, what will happen? Is there any table
I think
in the database with the name users?
No, sir.
So that definitely it should show one error. What it's saying? What it's saying? Table, Amazon database. We don't have a users doesn't exist. Okay, so that means we drop the table completely. So now tell me, understood clearly at least a simple CRUD operations using the SQL on a particular table.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Understood. So now just do one thing. Go to our YouTube channel. Okay. Now just comment that understood the CRUD operations on this because this is very important information. Uh, it should reach more people. Yes or no? Okay. Just add here understood the CRUD operations on a table in SQL, whatever the form you want. Just add a comment so that it should reach more people. So yeah, once you have done, who are watching this video, pause the video, do the practice, whatever we have done, and then continue the next topic. So team over there here, do you need a break or something, or shall we continue the next topic?
Continue, sir.
Continue, everyone. Yes, someone has
Yes, sir.
joined.
Continue.
So if you see, whenever we add a comment, it will reach more people, and maybe people will join. So hi Akash Dilwale. Okay, nice name. Yeah, Akash.
Yeah, hi. Yeah,
Just,
hi.
just introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Akash. I just saw a video in YouTube, means live streaming. I click on the description. There is a Google meeting, and I joined this meeting.
Okay. Do you know SQL already, or you are started learning?
Mm, yeah, I know the sequel like as per perspective of this tester, means how to face the table, SQL joins like that.
Okay. Thank you, and thanks for joining.
Yes.
Okay. So now we are going to understand the super important concept, and most of the beginners, even okay, whenever if I don't do practice after 6 months or 2 months, sometimes after 2 weeks also, we will forget some basics. So that is a foreign key and the relation, because we are saying that relational databases, right? MySQL and Oracle and SQL Server and SQLite, okay, and Microsoft like MS Access. These are relational databases. So why we are calling the relational databases, and what is the importance of maintaining the relationship between the tables? Okay, I hope if you understand these CRUD operations, and hopefully it is going to be easy for you to understand what we are going to discuss. So now just give me confirmation one more time. Is it okay, or do you have any questions so far? Shall we go to the next topic?
Yes, sir.
So relational
Yes, sir.
database. Okay. So normally, suppose if you see Amazon is there, because we are just talking about the Amazon, and suppose maybe some people can say that, hey Raghu, I don't want another table. I don't want another table. I will add all the details into one table. Okay, that order ID, order name, and purchase number, and how many items you have purchased, how many times you have done. Like, just tell me, is it possible to add all kinds of information into the same table every time? Because we will do some orders, okay, and we should check how many orders are completed, or maybe you have cancelled some orders, or maybe order is not fulfilled, or while doing some transaction it got failed. A lot of things will happen, right? So naturally, okay, what is your opinion? Is it good to add all the information in one table, or it's better to add in the multiple tables? What is your suggestion?
Better to add multiple tables.
Okay, normally because already we are talking on relational databases and we should maintain the relationships, so that naturally we should come to the conclusion that yes, we need to add. So yes, because it's not that much easy to add all kind of information into a single table. So that what we are doing here. So observe carefully. This is very important to understand what is why we need to maintain the relationship and what is the importance of foreign key. So we have orders. Suppose if you see users are there. Just a minute. So we have users table, and now uh, maybe users will try to purchase something and they will order some items. Okay? For example, here we can take few users 101, and the username is Ashish, and email ID like normally ashish.@gmail.com something. And another user is there, his ID is 102, and I'm just adding like Mayur, and the email ID is mayur@gmail.com. So simply I'm just adding m@gmail.com something. So if you see, so first the Ashish, because simultaneously you can open lakhs of people can open Amazon and they will try to order some items. So Ashish he's purchased one item, that is laptop. Okay. So here we have a user's detail because user has logged in, that is Ashish, and he has ordered something. So here we will maintain some information like this. Okay. One is whenever you are trying to order something, order ID is very important because we should maintain a unique details, right? Order ID. So and here I'm just taking very simple examples. So we need a product name, right? Yes or no? Product name, and you can say that product price. Maybe you definitely will have a question, right? Raghu, we should maintain another table for products. Okay, we can discuss that later. So from understanding we can take a simple example. Observe carefully here. So order ID, suppose right now we have a new order, that is order ID 1, and product name is uh, laptop. But observe carefully, whenever we add a new items into the order table, is it really required to remember the user details, or we don't need to add any user details here? How database will, because uh, order 1 done by Ashish, order 2 done by Mayur, and again order 3 done by some other user, order 4 done by another user. But how this orders table will remember that um, this order is done by the particular user, this order done by a particular user? Do we need to remember that user's details into order number? We need to map it or not? No need.
Need to map it.
Yeah, we should make it, right, because in order table, because whenever you want to display, if you go to the orders page in Amazon, there he will display simply user ID, user email, order ID or product name, and the time and everything, right, for particular user. So one user can do multiple orders, right? So here this is very important to store the user ID. because who is purchasing this one, who has done order. So that user underscore ID. We should store user ID. So here what I'm doing, this Ashish has purchased the laptop, and another user 102 Mayur has purchased suppose iPhone. Again after some time, again Ashish purchased, ordered some another thing. So that what we need to do, we should store again here. Okay, 101, that particular user ordered some headset. Okay, and again maybe the next user, because right now I'm just dealing with only two users, but just you can visualize like hundreds of users are there, hundreds of users can order like thousands of orders, so that this orders table is going to store all the information of that orders, but we should maintain the user ID. This user ID should be unique, and we should store that user ID. Okay, now understood so far, or do you have any questions here? Little bit understood, or do you have confusion here? We have a user table,
Understood.
we have an orders table. Yeah, tell me.
Yes, sir. Understood.
So, but here try to understand one simple thing. If you understand this point, you will understand foreign key. Okay. So right now in a users table, we have only two users. That is 101 and 102. Okay, 101, 102. We don't have a user called 103, 105. Nothing. Okay. So now another user is there. His name is triple X. Okay. Username is triple X. He ordered something. Okay, suppose by mistake, but at any by mistake we don't have a details in the users table. But is it possible, or is it good way to insert new item? Suppose maybe order id is 5, order id is 5. This triple x is trying to order something, like suppose Samsung phone. But you don't have a details, right? You don't have, because if you don't have a user's details, definitely you don't have a user ID. So is this the right approach to insert the data like this in an order table without having a user details? Is it good to allow to enter a new records in an orders table in a general, with common sense, and just try to understand the business requirements in that way? First of all, understand the question or not?
Yes, yes.
Understood the question or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just try to give your answer, because you have a users table and you have an orders table, and you have only two users so far. And yes, okay, two users can order multiple items, but some another user came, he didn't register properly, but he tried to order something. Okay, I don't know, without registration maybe Amazon can allow to order, but in the background they will store something like that. But normally, in general case, is it good to insert details into the orders table without knowing the user's details?
No, sir.
No,
No,
right?
sir. We need to first create the users.
Yes. So that's it. Because that's why we need to maintain the relationship. Because your orders table is different and user table is different, but we have a relation, right? Because this user has done two orders, and this particular user has done two orders. Okay, but if you allow someone to enter a new items without having information in the users table, that is going to be, it will lead a lot of problems in the future, right? So that to restrict that, because who has designed this relational database management system, they have introduced the CORD rules. Okay, I forgot the spelling, CORD or CORD rules. So he has introduced the 12 rules. Okay, so we should, because if you follow those 12 rules, like one to one relationship, one to many relationship, so then it is going to be a very useful, and you are not going to face the problems in the future. So that's why to solve this problem, because if you want to add a new record in the orders table, we should have what? We should have, we need
User
user
ID.
user ID.
User ID.
That means if you want user ID means, that means you should have a record in users table before inserting or before updating or before deleting anything on this orders table. Yes or no? Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Everyone,
Yes, sir.
this is the good approach or not? Okay, yes, definitely this is the best way. We should restrict it. We should restrict to insert data in the orders table without having a user ID in the users table. So how to inform to this orders table, hey orders table, please don't allow any items. Suppose if anyone try to insert a new record, you should always check whether he is giving proper user ID or not. That user ID should, because maybe if he can give a like a 108 108, but that SQ that server, that RDBMS should validate whether we have this user in this user table or not. Suppose if you give this 108, it should reject it. Hey, I didn't find any user in the users table with the 108, so that I can't allow you. So if you want to insert a new record with 108, that you should register with, first you should complete the registration process, so that you will get a user ID, then you can purchase it. So then it is going to be very useful for me to avoid mistakes in the future. Okay, got it or not?
Yes, sir.
Everyone, if you have any question, ask me. No, I will explain one more time. Yeah, Mayur, Om Prakash, Pavan, understood?
Yes, sir. Got
Yes,
it.
sir.
Okay, fantastic. So how to maintain that relationship? Okay, how we can achieve that relationship? So with the help of a foreign key, okay, we can achieve that restrictions or relations with the help of the foreign key. So users table, whatever we have done, that is perfect. So here, what we are going to do, we should maintain master and or parent and child relationship in here. Master and child, or parent and child relationship. So if you see, so this is very slow. Parent and child. So if you maintain the parent and child relationship with the help of foreign key, so if you want to add any new item into this child, we should have a record in the parent. So how we can achieve with the help of foreign key? So uh, shall I proceed for next 15 minutes, or shall we discuss tomorrow? Your choice. about foreign key. Okay, fine. If you are not answering for 30 seconds means you need a break, right? Okay, fine. So please go back and do practice and try to understand what I have explained here for 1 or 2 times. And we are going to create a, so I will explain in a 2 minutes what we are going to do. So observe carefully, just relax, just listen the lighter note. So we have users table and we have orders table. And here in a users table, we have user ID and user name and user the email. So in a orders table, we have order ID and product name or something. And another one is again we should have that user ID. User, observe carefully. So now we should maintain the parent and child relationship because this is a parent, that's why I just mentioned above. So how we can maintain the parent and child relationship now? So this user ID should be primary key. Yeah, primary key. And this user ID which is there in orders table, we can make it as a what?
foreign key.
Foreign key.
Simple. Foreign key means this column is already there in a parent table. That's it. Simple. If it is a foreign key, that means this user ID is already there in another table, and that is a parent to this current table. Okay. And if you want to use any key as a foreign key, that key which is there in that parent should be a primary key. That's the basic rule. Okay. So now, okay, tomorrow we are going to understand how to create orders table with the help of foreign key. And already we have done a users table. Okay. And we did a CRUD operations. Okay. Simple CRUD operations. And tomorrow we are going to do um, create orders table with a foreign key, and we will try to insert a new records in the order table. And whenever we don't have a user ID in a users table, definitely it is going to throw an error. So that means we are maintaining a what? The relationship between the tables. That is very important. That's why these are relational databases. So there are lots of advantages with that. And at the same time, tomorrow what we are going to learn, we are going to understand advantages of relational databases, and at the same time what are the disadvantages. Okay, disadvantages with the relational databases. And we have a alternative, that is a no SQL, and so that we will enter into a no SQL as well. Okay, that's the plan for tomorrow. So now tell me, do you have any questions?
No, sir, all good.
No,
Understood,
sir.
Om Prakash, Pavan?
Yes, sir. Understood.
So please do practice, and tomorrow we can learn one other important topic, that is called joins. Okay, this is most important, so that we can conclude relational database. Of course, if you want to learn relational databases completely, again it will take minimum 2-3 months to but as per our plan, we are going to build e-commerce application. We are going to use a MongoDB, so that before entering into the MongoDB, we should understand what is the relational databases and what are the advantages and disadvantages. That's why I just try to explain all the concepts, at least minimum. Okay, that's all. That's all. And please do practice and do CRUD operations. Once you have done, just give me confirmation in the comment section of that video that I understood clearly that the CRUD operations, and I understand the importance of maintaining the relationships, so that we are going to, okay, no need to add a big comments. Just why I'm asking add comments means, if you add comments, the YouTube will suggest this video to many people, so that if they like, they will join. Otherwise, no problem for us. Okay, that's all for today, and see you tomorrow again.
Thank you, sir.